Doo-doo.
He's like, I need eggs now before I can PvP. I thought
All
you,
right, guys.
I thought you need.
Hey, what? Okay.
Rest everybody
You've
else.
been moved, GG. You are in staging area now.
Oh God. Okay.
Debrief here.
All right.
All right, so a few things before we get to the actual replay and everything. One, command chat was a little bit more hectic at the beginning. Cheese, I'm gonna kind of pick on you here a little bit because I love
Send
you.
it my way, buddy.
Calling out like red zone garrisons or like garrisons hot behind the line and things of that nature. That's kind of where I think we go back to trust. You know that that's something that like in Discord we were calling that out. So
Gotcha.
if it's like and I know exactly what in a public game not everybody's aware, things of that nature. This one had a little bit like um, call out things in your call out things in your AO in your Discord. Have faith that the other guys are going to have it. I mean, we lost garrisons left and right on that game, and we also built them up like crazy. So credit to our defense on that one. There's the other part too that with how important footsteps are and everything of this nature, the least we can cut it out, the better. We don't have, let's see, tankers. I don't have General T in here. But how is the tank-to-tank communications in the channel?
It's good.
Okay. There was a couple times, and I know communications, it's pot and kettle right now.
You
with,
can have the ammo
me,
one.
Okay.
With me calling out, since I lost comms halfway through. But trying to get the tank, I did see a couple times where tanks got paired together. Like to see that. Didn't quite work with an infantry push, and I think that's one where the communication from the team leads saying, "Hey guys, if you guys are ready, we're going to make a push. We're holding for you guys." Those type of communications definitely have to call out, or the commander specifically.
I speak to that for armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so especially earlier in the game, we had those good pushes on Hamlet. It ended up being that the enemy had a western position leeching out for Pierre's. And when especially the first Hamlet push, when that kind of got snuffed, it was so strong. I kind of put my armor crew in a little bit in between spot. We had been trying to mirror with General T, making sure the road and east was true and good, and compliments to infantry. The east southeast of Pierre's was solid, but it was the west that was troublesome, and so we actually lost the tank to a satchel after destroying a couple of OPs because informally we saw the good pressure that was there, and then saw it being snuffed out, and upon return to Pierre's, we were kind of surrounded.
Yeah. The streamer himself didn't throw up the map as much as I would have liked, but felt bad for him because we didn't start the match.
41 minutes of start time.
I know, it's a call killing dead time here. Okay, so that was overall on communication. Once again, Digi, I think you had the right call that if lose comms and acknowledge that, just pop out and pop back in. Like when it was like the suggestion, like last 15 minutes of the game, I was just like, I can't, I couldn't bring myself to do it, but I think that was the right call. And so if it happens again, as commander, we'll call that out. Overall, I think the preparation for the battle definitely was well done. Go up to here. Got on deployment map here. I'm liking this. First garrison, go commander. All vehicles pretty much in a line. Tanks coming up, recon going over. Some good concentration, and honestly, when you look at their layout here, I mean, you could see. I mean, they just shoved everything down that road, and we just bottled them up so well. Credit to the tank or the truck driver. I was gonna say, see here.
Who was driving?
if you want to know like where they said cheese,
So
Sin, you
Keebs
guys were
was driving the back.
so
Yeah,
squad
back
leader's
truck.
getting out. I'm good with that. You know, boom, getting into there, getting that area out. This, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the stream. This right here, they all like got out on this way. Look how many people we have right in the strong point.
2 versus like what 3 squads of ours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
person
we
jumped
crushed
out.
them on the opening, 100%.
I
I didn't
was
see
shooting-
anybody for like 5 minutes.
I was shooting guys out of this wheat field in the Dragon's Teeth there for probably 15, 20 minutes.
Yep.
Like they never really got past
And then
that.
we got the truck up over on the other side. You kind of see it happening there. Credit to their Lukes getting into the fight. But I mean, this was just beautiful.
Look how
I don't
fast we
think
spread out. Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't think we could have called for a better deployment. Taka loving this type of play, and this is the type of stuff. So we spread out, but look at this now. We're all in a line. We give credit to Taka here. In this type of scenario, push forward, push past the strong point. Let's try to get that map control. Taka plays it perfectly up in here. Now I understand there's a tank, and you know it's easier said than done.
Well, that's kind of on me. We had kind of seen the trucks come in, and we positioned the medium on the road. And right when we got settled, and I think we had 1 or 2 shots, maybe even on infantry, that Luke's just passed through the road, and we wanted that Panther engagement. Ended up getting it, but the gunner didn't finish it.
Yep.
So it was kind of 0 for 2 because I would have liked the Lukes and the Panther.
loving, and keeps you know, or you talked about how you getting the shots here. I mean, they can't get past this. It's awesome. Nothing too fancy. Up over here, he's not in the chat right now, but I know this stretch of road, in hindsight, was just such an Achilles heel for us to try to push out. This is when would have loved to see some armor and some artillery smoke cordon out, cheese, to suppress that area and really create a base of operation between this. I think this is where you guys kept getting chewed up in the beginning, right?
Yeah, like we could get to that compound and hold it for a few minutes, but then they would push us right back off. I think we like traded 3 times that
Okay.
area.
And credit. I mean, it was a brawl, but that was a key area, and you can see. I mean, they made a focused push with it with a lot of guys.
I was over there a lot, and the west was constantly a problem. That west side there, they were always there. You can see right here, they're pushing in.
Yep. I would say this Stewart probably actually a little bit of a miss on the Stewart here for being there too long. You know, we're open engagement's done. We're going to be getting done with any of the trucks. That's Stewart, and I think that was General T on that one. Their Luke's played damn well.
Hey, he was lucky I didn't have a rocket launcher.
We'll blame Shaka, right?
Ah, cool. I had a 80 to place mines, but I got killed by an MG going to place my satchel.
So here we go. So now we're looking over at Easton's team. I like this. This was a key area for us. Easton, I felt we got a little too slow putting up a garrison. Let me see. Let me go back to. Nice shot. Pull up your map. Pull up your map. Pull up your map.
I thought I did a lot more, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. Felt like I did.
Okay. So
There it is.
There it is. Okay, you did get up. Maybe we just.
I
didn't
built
see
that
it.
one as soon as we capped, yeah.
Okay, so and I think this was a battle here. I would say one thing that we need to work on. Do we got my guys here? Is our garrisons were all planned out for these 3, and I like these 3 back here, but we really didn't have a good plan for where the ideal garrison locations were on each point. That's something that we're gonna have to correct. I know even a couple times there was like this one's blocking, this one's moving out, things of that nature. So that's something we got to do better in pregame.
I know the strong point garrison for Puri was blocking either G6 or F6 from being
Gotcha.
built.
Gotcha.
There's only like 2
Um,
spots on Pre's farm to get a garrison. It was rough.
Yeah.
Okay, that's understandable.
I should have planned exactly where to place it for each point. I just
Yeah.
kind of, sometimes you place one and you end up just like, shit, well, this is going to have to work for the next few minutes.
Yeah,
With that said,
didn't we do a switch during that game?
We did, yeah, at one
yeah, we
point.
did.
We placed too far east, I believe, and
Yeah,
we
you-
wanted to place it, so we
I pulled
pulled.
one up and you're like, I'm dead. I'm like, oh fuck, I just pulled
Yeah,
one
right.
up.
Oh my god, right as you pulled it, I got hit by artillery and Joe's supplies got destroyed. And it was like, well, shit,
Yeah.
rotate, get another guy in.
Fucking
Let's go.
timing.
Now, with this said, we got supplies dropping around here. We got options, things of that nature. Also want to point out, each we have responsibilities covered. I was gonna say, yeah, that compound, like if we know that they're sneaking through this, but we always have this and we always have that, we will clear them out. I'm okay. I'm okay with this right now. Everything's happening.
Yeah, they had a Gary and F7 keypad 9. We took that out once, but they must have rebuilt it again, I'd say.
Yeah. Digi, were you item or lost were you item on that squad? That game?
I was no. Digi was item. I was I was able or something.
Able.
Gotcha. So like where you guys are at, I was gonna say getting that back presence. This is where, and I know lost, easier said than done, right? If you got Digi on this side, try to work on this side, and also don't you just don't have to be a moth right into the circle. It wasn't until later that we actually got some of these launch garrisons down, which then allowed Stu's team to move down further. So let's go back to Twitch.
Okay.
Nothing too fancy. Yeah, so there's that battle. I think over that. Oh, this is the point. Hey, yo, Adrian. Can you guys hear this?
No.
No.
Okay. So I'm loving this as far as our force multiplier guys go. Like they got 5 over here on 2. We got 4 over here on 2. I mean that's freaking awesome. This is what we want to see for those combined teams to move up. Fancy slaying bodies.
Can you just explain that, Inchon? What you mean by that?
Yeah, so if we have 4 of those guys right there tying up that many on defense, that's good.
Okay.
That because that's
It's like how they had 6 guys tying 8 of us up, or
Yeah.
less 3 guys in that northwest corner. They had half our team looking at 3 people.
Because here's the thing that Core excels so well in is they don't play anybody on defense after a certain point because there's no one threatening their active sector, and all their defense becomes offense. Here, we're tying up a significant amount. This is I do actually like their garrison locations back here. Kept that pressure on. Stu's team, you were battling, hooking and jabbing down here on the wheat field. I know you guys were with the defense also. Exactly the same right thing or exactly the thing you were supposed to do. Let's see, they're calling out a garrison. Let's see if they actually get it to where it spawns here. So Taka's out. So one of the call outs made. Yep, there it is. Perfect. So Easton, I think this was the call out I made to say, hey, go back to the front line. Shaka's doing what he's gonna do. They're going in there for assault. Taka's there. Loss is there. Loss. Nope, he did.
You have a lot of guys on defense here. It's hilarious.
Yeah, but look at this. This is awesome. Like we got guys at every single point, kind of surrounding them. What this is allowing, though, we get that spawn come in, combined teams on the airhead. Yeah, I could have gotten that better on the other side of the hedge there. So would like to see Stu, some of your guys spawn on that airhead. Easton, I had your guys, and I think we actually wind up losing that garrison.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
I came in on it because I
Okay.
remember running with you for a second. I don't know if your comms were down at this point yet or not.
Yeah.
I messed up. I probably shouldn't have spawned on it. That was very bad. My guys is fine, but me, probably not me.
I actually don't mind the squad leader spawning on an airhead.
Well,
keep your.
the thing is, like when I did it, we stayed alive for a while, but then like the west side just completely just lost. Like we lost everything, and I was like, shit.
Yeah. So we wound up losing it, and then it was like another 15 minutes for you to get it back. I mean, it was a grind over there.
Oh yeah, yeah. We basically had to start over again.
So lost Digi. This might be one area. So now we're 20 minutes in. The teams haven't been able to really come up. Where maybe try to work back and help clean up some of that front area. We got them turned around from behind, but at this point, if there's nothing coming from the front, like kind of like a hammer and anvil, go ahead and try to rotate and hook back up on the front lines, and then we'll wind up getting you launch garrisons. Digi, I know you talked about that garrison in the far side to do a deep flank, which I think is good. But at this point, they're all orientated over here. I want to get to this. Yeah, they're starting to squeeze in. Last of the Alamo here. Good shot, Cheese.
Thanks, buddy.
So I think we wind up taking down one garrison. This east side. I think this is the garrison that they wound up coming back from. Let's get to the point cap.
They put down that 7-side garrison probably 4 or 5 times. Me and Taka and everyone able probably took that out twice or 3 times each.
This is awesome. 3, Chris. I heard you guys talking really, really well together.
Yeah, we worked really well together, I'd say.
Yep. Yeah, 3 was very complimentary. So yeah, here you are.
It's the patch where you hide. So smart.
Thanks.
I like that, Butch.
Yeah, I had some other hiding spots like around here, and finally actually got my video to like be uploaded to be turned.
So this is freaking awesome. I love this. Holds in the bush.
These guys are like, where's he at?
Like, look, every second they spend looking for you is a second they're not shooting artillery.
Yep.
I mean, that's eliminating Artie. You don't have to kill him.
I had killed one over there, then ran here, so they know I'm right in there, but don't know where.
And the fact that 3 just killed 1 messed them up too.
Yep. And then he has the Puma's attention, which gave me an opportunity to shoot them without having to worry about it.
That's beautiful.
Ojewush. Get him, Chris. Get him, Chris. Yeah, there you go.
And then back to the bush. And then back to the bush.
And then you see that guy start running back.
That Puma's mad.
Dude, they have no fucking clue where you're at.
The Puma actually was what found me, not any of the infantry.
Was he just like blindly shooting, or did he
think
actually
so.
see you?
Or use his camera.
Yeah, because like the Puma fired first, like one shot that went towards me, and it didn't hit me. Then not long after, it fired again, which killed me.
Yeah. Looks like I'm dyslexic. I know you were calling this out. Hey, they're doing a front on push. I mean, that's going to happen. They're going to attack, right? I do like our kind of dispersion here. Especially it was, against a team like Artie. Stu, I can't emphasize how great it was for keeping you guys on this flank and playing that key terrain.
Yeah, it was rough. It was tough going, but I think as long as we held that, they couldn't really take point because we had enough presence on the other side.
Yeah,
hard side of the map too.
I noticed like how you were kind of not really stuck in the corner, but holding it, and that's why I kept half of Team 2, my squad, I basically like intertwined them with defense on this
Yeah.
push here.
So like in this situation right here, fuck. Okay, team 3 is over here on the right. Defense is in the middle. So you're exactly right, Cheese. You're gonna go ahead instead of hooking back up with team 2, or sorry, team 3. You're basically gonna pick up the right flank of defense, which is
Yeah, I had Sin over there on the right side, and then my squad, I was actually like where the smoke is during that push, because I could kind of see like that U shape starting to develop in the front, and you see Team 3 is starting to move up now, and they had that U, so I just wanted to hold them there so Eason could come in and then basically close the front door on them and trap them between the Dragon's Teeth and the point, and then force them out into the center of the map.
We had them stuck in the wheat field too, and that's just not good for them.
well, I mean the wheat field's not a bad position, but
It is when I was standing on the hedge and had a bird's eye view of it.
I can pick up movement very well in the wheat.
All right, let's see here. I mean, defense hooking and jabbing. Taka's going fucking solo ham.
It's got like 8 dudes looking for him right now.
Inch on stead as normal. All right, so.
Oh, that's a big fight.
This is the cap.
Yeah, we were putting a lot of pressure on them here. Team 1 was.
Yeah, they came out of that wheat field like a bat out of hell, though.
You don't play with your UI on consistently?
Me? No, I don't.
That cap.
I don't play much with anything. I gotta see. That's how I see everything.
All right. So this is, and I think we might have lost comms at this point. This is when we're in this type of situation, everybody is spawning at this garrison right here and walking into that area.
Get into the active sector. Yep.
Get into the active sector.
Because we had them right here for sure.
Oh, we were at like 90% cap.
We fucking
95.
had these guys. Oh yeah.
90, 95.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came from the Baker Outpost. You can see Baker Outpost was right behind them on the other video.
Yeah, and this is unfortunate at this point. And credit to them, like I say, they use smoke a lot better than us. A lot better than us. They use smoke. That's one thing that we definitely need to get better at. Keep that tool. You know, it's in all our toolboxes. Good God,
Yeah, if we'd have had guys spawn on that Gary run south, those guys would have pinched their team because their team was running from that Gary and F7 back down south, and we would have pinched them off and probably got the cap here.
Yeah. So we'll watch this because I think this was. I mean, we got Pierre's farm off of. Now, when I say everybody dyslexic, you know, your main team is just going right on that strong point. You're gonna get on that strong point. I'm gonna throw down reinforce if we get into a cap race. Yep, see it right down there. The reinforces. Like we're good.
I mean, I can definitely balance that a little bit better. I know there was a few times when you called defense to push forward, and it was just way too precarious. I mean, it was, you know, it just felt like the wrong choice. Like I could send it 2 or 3 guys, but you were calling for everyone, and it's like I can't.
Yeah, no, understood. Yeah,
hurt me on the inside, even though I knew it was probably the right call. I was just like,
Yeah, so here we got reinforce coming down, Cheese or Mac App. I see you kind of running back. Like we got guys in the strong point. We got a launch garrison. We got a flank garrison. I mean, this is beauty. And
just hit space bar inch. And I'll play it for you.
So I was playing, like, I was wanting to be there, but I was also wanting to be in the active sector. I was playing back and forth. I'm running back the other direction now.
Yeah. Now I'll admit that I was a little concerned about this too because down 2 of our back garrisons.
And that's why I ran back. I was like, I saw everything hot. I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, gotta have faith. Gotta have faith. And so here's the other part that we started saying that they're already starts coming back online. Cap starts stalling. Because this is happening on the other side.
I didn't actually know comms had went down for a lot of people until the end of the match. I know a couple other people had comms issues too.
Yeah, because here's the reality, guys. Shaka, Digi, Cool, they're back here. They're hooking and jabbing, but our Assault Flex guys in this tournament will never be able to solo take a point. They need to have a combined team to come in our way, and then we need defense to flop up. That's just the reality of it. These guys, they're gonna be force multipliers. They're gonna create these opportunities. They're gonna go on kill streaks. But we gotta have him. That North Garrison Easton that you put down there, perfect. Kept your team in the fight. We need more people to get in there.
Yeah, I mean, Team 1 was pretty much down their throat the first 50 minutes of the game. We were just putting a lot of pressure on them from their point.
There's their defensive bombing run.
And you dropped a nice airhead there, you know, that gave us a chance.
Yeah, no, I was throwing everything there. I was trying to pull a core book. Look at Shaka.
Yeah.
Look at you. Look at the Shaka in here. Fuck him. We're not watching him. 3 and oh, do you guys now look? I mean, look. Okay, they're tankers. I was gonna say, look how many people they got back there.
They had at least 2 tankers like there the whole time, basically, in the recon vehicle, or at least one of them running around at times.
All right, so here's the next part I want to get to. So I think that was a good point. Don't worry, the 8 shot will get him.
Oh, there was a Garrison over there.
Yeah, suppression.
He didn't shoot back, did he?
Okay. so Stu, this is where I get to pick on you here. Easton, I like this. You know, you get your OP back up, your Garrison, you're going to back forward. Perfect. I'm liking everything about this. Team 2, I like this line. Very nice. I like it. I think this is when I tell one of the tankers, like, what the fuck are you doing at a tank down here? That was interesting to me. I don't know what was.
That might have been the last thing you said, because I remember you being like, "Why are you in the city right now?"
Yeah, we were here in G6, and I didn't know if they were going to engage a tiger or something down there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's bad.
Better start reversing your ass on out of there.
I think he does mind out. So okay, so here's Stu. I'm gonna pick on you guys. Loving everything about this. I think for a few times dyslexic, we were like, hey, there's 0 chevrons. Like they had nobody in our active sector. Hook and jab in, OP's decent. We got 1 OP right on that one. Probably would like an OP somewhere around here in this wheat field. Nitpicking, but okay, let's get to this. Stu, both your guys' and who was you had Reverend?
Sika.
Okay. Both your guys' OPs are back here. This is not what we want to see. Like you're not creating any new angles for any of your guys here. So this is where working out it's those dual squad leaders, you're gonna say, hey, I'm gonna go wide and I'm gonna try to get like an OP here. And then I'm gonna work back and we're gonna try to flick, get them from multiple angles. Right now you have 2 OPs going the same way and you guys are, going in fighting that way. With that said,
I think that and not really in my defense, like I was trying, my objective here was more or less that infantry mark on the map because I wanted the other team to be able to push forward.
Perfect.
And we were running into a lot of guys right about where I don't know if it's easy, I can barely see the screen, it's hard to tell.
Yeah,
but around that area they just kept pushing over towards that road. They were trying to reestablish that garrison in H7 constantly. Yep. So I'd put down an OP, it'd get reset, I'd spawn back in H5 and run south, right? Actually, the one thing I will say though is I think Sika kept that P OP up for until their end of game push. and then he was able to move north as soon as that push came and take out the garrison that they had gotten down. They had re-gotten down in H7, which I think really saved the cap for us, to be honest.
So the trick with my OP being there is that so there was no way for them to get to that OP. So you yeah, because you have to climb a wall, but there was no area for them to get in from another side. So they literally had to, like, there was no way they could take the OP out. It was like in one of those spots. So let alone running close to the wall, they couldn't do anything. So like we could hop up on the wall, and when you hopped up on the wall from an OP, you could see the entire cemetery, which we were getting attacked from, and you could see down the road. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm happy with that. Like I said, just
He just doesn't want him so close, Sika, which I agree with,
so,
right?
So
Yeah,
so
for sure.
close, and we're not providing a benefit to our guys. If you could have come around here, even if you would have like
just right along the road there in H7,
come up something different. We want them, and this is when you're feeling like, dude, there's guys coming from fucking everywhere. You know, when you're like fine like that. Here you got your team just pushing for this. Also, if you get this OP, let's say you get it down here, now all of a sudden, because Digi's out over here with this flex, now the flex players can all of a sudden get a launch position to come in from this side, get additional support. With that said, and Stu, I know we talk about this fucking front line right here. Do enjoy it. Do really.
Yeah,
enjoy
it looks nice. I do wish that I had been able to get my OP up right between G7 and H7 there along the road.
Yep.
Just to kind of, another beacon on that line is a good thing always. So.
Yep.
It was tough down there though. It was not easy.
For us to play this game for a while, what was it? Heir Apparent was like you lost an OP and it was gone for like 5 minutes or 4 minutes or something crazy like that. Like losing your OP used to be detrimental. Now 2 minutes, do not be conservative. Like when you're working in tandems like this.
Oh yeah, you can you springboard it.
Yeah, his is up there. Easton, get fucking froggy with it, buddy.
Can I add to that?
Nope.
Hell yeah, because in this moment, and I can tell you this: what happened? We destroyed a garrison in Fox 7, like again, keypad 9, where they kept building. You got Able squad there. We were dealing with like a couple rogue north of within G6, G5. We're a G6 tank. So team 2. Team 1 tank is General T. He's clear in G5. And if we had a little bit more infantry, G7 swing door, Fox 7. Fox 7's cap zone.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take that compound. We didn't get a lot of stable shots at this point because we were clearing west northwest. We wanted to fire west southwest and destroy that compound.
Yep. So just some things because I do love this tank's position. Being up here, hate this tank position. I think he got out of there.
Hell, one time I put my OP in their strong point. I didn't give a shit.
Oh, I did too on the first cap, and then it came out the wheat field, and that was it.
Yeah, battle winds up changing. Easton, you got this one back up here. Easton, this is when you're going to tell your other squad leader, yeah, go up. Let's get that one reestablished back here. I don't know if it's happening or not. I'm just you got to launch garrison back up. So, Stu, this is where before, hey, you guys are, killing it. Now I've got a launch garrison in place. I've got a team here. Okay, this tank is apparently going around behind. He didn't come back up. This is where I want to see Team 1 and Team 3 coming in on the sides, or as you said, Stu, right? Coming up and freeing up Team 2. Actually, let me check that. Smarter plays coming up and freeing Team 2 up there. And then what this allows is defense to backfill Team 2's position, hold here, and then walk in as needed. Because we get a second cap progress. I'm trying to remember where. All right. Looking good here. Easton, your guys are up here. Digi's now in place. Stu, this is where I'm like, what the fuck? I got an airhead a little further back.
I took the airhead. That's the airhead I took. It has to be because when my goal was to take the airhead and just push and try to clear G7 again, trying to focus that point to free up that part of the line. But
Yeah, I do see that you moved your OP 150 meters. So
I was
okay.
trying.
You were trying. I was gonna say I see an effort. Give me bold adjustments. Garrison. So now, and this is, I think I'm like pulling out my hair. There's no like, I've built this garrison. I'm gonna build that back one, and granted I know spawns don't always line up. We got an OP out here. Great. I don't know whose OP that is at Bravos. Easton, I know you're hooking and jabbing.
We're
This is
working on it. Yep.
yeah, this
The
is
west side don't look good right now.
yeah, which we're getting the pros are up back up here.
Yeah, I think that OP, I think that was mine, Baker. And I think I dropped it there, and then I started working back up to the infantry mark to try to clear that compound. And I
Getting
just
in a
left it
burning
there.
half track. Nice.
Yeah.
Standing on burning half track.
It worked.
Making a shot. Girl
Good
on
spot.
fire.
It's actually pretty good camo with that fire, to tell you the truth.
I stood there for a good minute.
I just hate the noise.
Yeah.
Fire burning in your ear.
So Flex Squad lost. This might be if you see Team 3 or the team up here having issues. This might be where you try to, squad
This is
leaders.
where
You're moving around.
we did come back. We did come back on this one.
Perfect.
Me and Shaka, Shaka and I called that. We said, yeah, let's go back and help him out.
Yeah. And let me make no mistake, guys. I mean, UFR, they're it's a tough fight. This is
Maybe what time is this? This might be. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did come back. No, this is after we went back to help him. This is when we're putting down the garrison on the road.
Yep. So Easton, now you got your OP over here in the church.
That's not me.
Easton,
That's not me.
Like,
does it look like we had Hamlet completely encircled here, like all the way around?
Kind
Except
of.
for that compound. That was the only place.
I mean, that's a lot of pressure on all
So
sides.
let's talk about this. So yes, but this is open field over here. This is all wheat field. Like literally, we needed to control this wheat field with Stu's team. Sorry, Stu. Love you. But we needed that eastern pressure. We needed to control this compound to release Team 2. And the fact that this garrison kept flashing multiple times and we never really took advantage of it. The second time, I think that was a missed opportunity. Once again, I'm cool with this OP being back here if it was
Well, one
really
of them
that
has
good
to
of
be
position.
further up.
But one of them's got to be closer.
I was a little late. I'll do better next time. We should have 5-0'd these guys. I know that.
And in those combined teams, I mean, you're calling it out. Hey, I'm going to go forward. I'm going to go back.
Yeah, I understand.
Madcap sounds so depressed. They saw the garrison. Okay, yeah. So here we're good. The only issue is we don't have a launch garrison. I saw dropping airheads. I got nothing. We got one person coming from the east. Like without us having a launch garrison in Easton, that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
One of those offset. Go ahead and fall back with your guy. Get a garrison up and running so we can bring more people up to battle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put that Gary's too far south, so it kind of fucked me up.
Let's see if we can catch up to that point. And then the last thing I will go to is their freaking pucker moment on us.
Did they drive a truck behind us late in the game?
It must have been because they had a crate.
Yeah, they did get a truck behind. They managed to come straight behind us on the road, place an OP. Joe shot the SL right as he placed, and I came up and sweep the OP, but I'm pretty sure they had a garrison up.
Yeah, we ended up
northwest.
getting in Team 2 tank.
What time mark is this we're capping at? 20 minutes. Yeah. So here's our assault guys putting the cap pressure on. And we're leaving them to dry, guys. We're leaving them to dry. Or fucking airborne, they're supposed to be surrounded, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got down that garrison. I mean, these two garrisons were the ones I think, Stu, you said that kept coming up with.
Yeah, can you go back a little bit just so I can see what's going on in? I mean, I see the supply truck there in H7. There's a lane there from, and I can't see the top of the map. From like G7 to H7, where they kept coming through, like north of Jig on the map right now.
Yep.
Did you see the truck on the far left of the map there?
Far
Just
right.
a second ago? No, like
Oh, yeah,
in
there
the A
had
column.
been trucks like on the left side of the map going
Like out of
by.
bounds.
If you go back to the map and whatever it was 20,
It
he
was
pulls
just,
up the map. He has there's someone in
he's about
A1.
to, he's about to flash it.
yeah, it's about to. Looks like a troop truck. Right there. Oh, it's a recon.
Recon,
Okay. Never mind.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
this
really
might
see
actually
it.
be the one that we see later on in the map.
The out of bounds routes they're no joke. They're really useful.
Mm-hmm.
Every map has them.
Yeah, they're just surrounding it. Okay. Let's get to, because they get like a red zone garrison up here. Look at Madcap getting some repair. Oh,
Nice.
No.
Using a satchel.
disarming the satchel.
Satchel. So yeah, this satchel. I mean, they've been trying this all game, and the other two were bulge moments. We just took them as we released on a couple garrisons and OPs and popped. But this one, I didn't want the 75 to go. We were at a break angle with a Tiger and covering that slope, and Cypher called it out, and I'm like, I will get out to remove it. And then we start using. We had been using proxy chat, went back to it. Madcap came over and cleaned it up. It was beautiful.
Good teamwork.
The Red Clay, he
Guevara.
helped making nice infantry labs for us
Yep, he
during
was
practice.
upstairs.
And taught us to watch our tanks.
All right, so I don't know if you guys saw this. Boom.
What?
There's their red
That's
zone garrison.
right there. So that was
How-
the big rear push that came, or the north push.
How was that
Yep.
not logged?
That's a good question.
What
I thought
the
we had
fuck?
guys there.
Yeah.
We were pretty fleshed up at this point. Our line
Oh,
is
okay.
How'd they get a truck back there? It's amazing.
far
Yeah.
left.
think-
Right?
So
I
when
remember-
we flopped forward to go to Hamlet, trying to push the second cap, they came down just right side of the map, like through the Dragon's Teeth, almost in the H column.
They had sent supply trucks on the complete left side of the map. At one point, I'd lost my outpost and was going back to the artillery and saw one going by and called it out.
I mean,
But
if they
there
would have
wasn't really
tried
anyone
that,
over there.
if they would have tried that, 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after, like we would have been there and seen it. It just kind
Yeah.
of timed
was a
it.
timing thing,
They
yeah.
timed
So-
it perfectly.
So this is a great learning moment right here, and the situation where we have probes and main dyslexic. When you're in a situation like hey, we're gonna turtle up type deal. I don't think we called out the turtle yet, but this is when you're saying, hey, probes, you got G5. Guevara, you got G5, or Guevara was up here. Guevara, you got G5. Who was the other probe? Oddball.
Yep.
Oddball.
Yep.
Yeah. So Oddball, G5, Guevara, what is that? H5. And you
Yeah.
keep it here because right now, like I'm loving the garrisons. I'm loving the OPs. Fuck that. Who's Lima OP?
I believe that's me.
Main
on love.
defense.
Okay.
Yeah, defense main.
Okay.
It's one of those things where, again, you're on piers. There's the trench line, and there's
Yeah.
like two buildings to get behind. Otherwise, I'm in the open, and so
I'm okay.
it's
I'm not in
just
love with
to
it.
sacrifice.
I'm not in love with it, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and at this point, I mean, basically, Guevara was in H5, watching top right, and
oddball who was Sugar Squad. I think at this point his OP is down, but he was basically patrolling G5. Infidel pushed out as Jig Squad, got the OP up in the trench line, but I think at that point he was alone and kept dying, and we were just light on flops. I wanted people in the circle.
Yeah. So
you're talking about ODD ball, okay?
The ODD ball.
So we're wondering how the hell did something? I mean, nothing. We're all
We had
all
just
up here.
cleared. Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, we had just cleared 2 outposts and actually shot blind. I died as a steward. I separated from Cypher and my boy.
You with what, Ham?
Yeah,
And just
Ham.
about a minute from now, our tank drives right through that garrison location.
Yeah,
And
so
I
I
think-
got popped as I got those 3 spawn points, and then that OP was placed in G5.
Here goes Digi taking out a garrison. Oh.
No, he just went by it. He doesn't destroy it.
Oh
No,
oh,
what?
Did you hear it?
Listen,
Hear it,
turn
Digi?
your volume up.
Well, and so
Hot dog.
let this be a point.
Wow.
The more that we're talking in command chat, these opportunities get missed.
100%. Because I would have heard that. Yeah, no, there was times where I was like trying to fight enemy and I couldn't hear shit, and they were like 5 feet away from me. Just turn around, pop.
If you can't hear the footsteps, it's kind of hard.
Oh, yeah,
So-
definitely.
Just keep it relevant, and we're good to go. I think I said it at some point around this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like again, if it's not relevant to the battle, just keep it to the basics. Damn, how did I miss that? Well,
Chaos of war.
Chaos.
Hell loose.
that's probably Taka's telling me, oh, there's an OP over here.
Isn't that pesky airhead or one of them?
Didn't they
over there.
drop
If
an
Shotgun
airhead
would've just
direct
given
center of our
me-
point or some shit?
Yeah, I
they
died
did
right on
3.
top of it.
They did 3
Wait,
direct center. The
yeah,
third
so
one
I
was
think
in
they
that
actually
work, and
wound
they
up
got spawns.
building a red zone garrison off of 2 support, which credit on them, right?
Oh, they
let's watch-
rotated?
Do we want to watch Digi miss it one more time?
Oh.
And gone.
Yeah, you had it locked at least, right? For a little bit.
I mean, he wasn't
Yeah.
that close, to be honest.
He did some
Yeah,
disruption.
he's probably 30 or well. I mean, how
you
close do you
should
have
be
to be
hear
to
that.
lock
You
up
should hear
that?
that. 150 meters.
Yeah.
All right,
or
so here it
100
is.
meters, yeah.
That was really close.
Red zone garrison. Granted, luckily we had garrisons behind. We were able to come in. Remember, probes, you're always doing outside in defense, even in oh shit moments like this. Outside in defense, always, because it might be a red zone garrison that you just wind up
I
blocking.
think oddball output was down on that point.
That's fine. Spawn at one of those back garrisons and work your way outside in. Probes are always outside in because here's what's happening. Everybody else, team 2, I mean, great recovery, guys. I mean, this was, I was just like, fuck no, this ain't happening. Like,
Just
can't
yelling
talk-
to yourself because we can't hear
Yeah.
you.
You know, it's kind of funny because when we played this team second seasonal, we had the same situation where they almost capped it at the very end. And we rushed back in and brought it back.
I'm just glad we snuffed out their tank push before they could get it started because that would have been.
Yeah.
I mean, this and this start right now. So this is the type of stuff you see how many people they're throwing at the field earlier. This is where what we kind of need to be coming off that front garrison. Now, granted, they're in a last minute 11. You know, fuck it, pull all the stops, but like this
Probably
is
wondering
oh
where, like-
shit.
And their command chat is going, "There's no one here. There's no one here."
Yep. So I think let's see if we're gonna see some guy come in and lock it. Yeah, and now all the reinforcements.
And there's their airhead.
There it is.
Yeah. Mistake by them. They should have put their airhead on this north side, where
would've
all their
been-
support.
Yeah, that was a bad mistake. Critical mistake. They could
Here
have gone a
comes-
lot worse.
I mean, they pair it nicely with a bombing run. I mean, this.
That bombing run was so good. Like it
was.
all but 2. It was literally all but 2 that were right in the point.
I had a bandage because of it.
Hard for me to watch this because Heliquin starts running up this hedgerow. I think after Madcap dies. And
Yeah,
he's
I'm like
18,
right
I
there,
think
the
he has his
stupid
rocket,
guy.
But I
Hey,
didn't know
Madcap
exactly where it
made
hit.
that shit.
I didn't have any.
Okay, fair enough.
I didn't even have any ammo, honestly. I had like maybe one clip left. I had to die. I need ammo.
Oh God.
Oh
yeah, I
And that's
saw
when I'm
that
screaming.
right after.
That's when I'm
That is
screaming that
brutal.
she's fucking despawned.
So someone's up here has blocked that red zone garrison. Perfect.
That's me.
Yep.
Let's
And like I
go.
said, that's always that outside in defense. Oddball. I mean, oddball that not necessarily showing up on the scoreboard there, but that's exactly what we needed to do.
Did I get that airhead with a grenade? I got hit
Yeah,
right
yeah,
as I
yeah.
threw it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't
Yeah, I
sure if
think
I
they
got
got
it or
2
not.
waves on it.
No, just one wave.
Okay,
And
so I
then
did
was
get it with that
destroyed.
grenade.
Yeah.
Sure, I think you
Okay,
did.
good.
I forgot who had to combat or call out for all tanks and everything. Like, I mean, it was pretty simple call out, right? Everything back.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Cheese was saying they're gonna push, and then I think once that airhead hit, I was like, everyone back, or we just need
yeah,
defense.
Big Balls tank, Air Parent, that's your tank.
This is right in there, like fuck you.
This seriously looks like
I think that
heroes
was
right now.
Malister and I.
Like, just charge the tank. Is that Malister?
Oh, is that Mel? Yeah.
Yeah, it's me and Malister.
Yeah,
And
we're
it's
further
Star Lord's
south.
over here. Oh God, yes. Shut up, Star Lord. I'm gonna have to give him shit for that one.
We're all just like, get the fuck off our point.
Yeah, we said our prayers and knew we
Joe's
might
right.
die and went for it anyways.
Fancy
Oh, this one
uses
was
Joe
hard
as
to watch.
decoy.
Yeah, Joe's running around. Joe's usually the one who sees all those people too.
Just a mass like
It's
response we
clear.
had was pretty good at least.
I like how Gato's going back around.
I mean, we
Kinda
lost
thought
some
about
map
it.
control with that fallback, but I mean, we secured our what was important.
I'd rather lose that. I
Yeah.
mean, that scenario, they're dropping airheads,
Yeah.
they're bomb and run, they're shit. Because it was like they're coming in from the north, and I was just like, fucking A.
Yeah, once we
Hold
started
on to the point.
defending again, I told Sin in Discord, I said go back to the front line. I was like, they've got it,
Yep.
just watch. Because like I'm not gonna get caught flat footed with my ass to him.
I mean, it was a great recovery. I mean, I think that was a perfect response.
Yeah, they get the OPs down off of there.
You just tightened it in and got him out.
Three and Chris back there hooking and jabbing on Artie.
We never
Yeah,
panicked.
I was watching the
Oh, I
map
panicked.
while all this was going on, just like thinking, hopefully you guys can handle it. You should be able to.
Hopefully you guys got it. See you later.
Gotta have that trust. Gotta have
Look
that
at
faith.
look at their infantry marks. They're just fucking everywhere around the
Their
point.
Gary goes down here, right? This is the one that you got, right, Sika? Bottom right.
No, this is the one I got first, and then they put it down again, and then Sika got it a second time.
I noticed that about them. They put their garrisons back pretty much in the same spots.
Yeah, they got it the
Yeah.
first time, and then Sika got it the second time.
Same with their OPs. It was just like a pattern.
Wait,
Find a few.
you're talking about H7 lost?
Yeah, right behind the hedge line.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got it the first time, and then Sika came back around for their second time around. Because they did a push off that, and we actually had to deal with it for a little bit.
All right, so let's go ahead and have some fun here.
Wait, we're not
Point-
gonna watch us decimate their final push, or is this just a side bit?
We won. We won. All right. So let's go ahead and do a little recap of where we're at here. The squares. You know, you guys know I like my squares, right?
I like your squares.
The outside teams, you guys have the greatest type of flex. Actually, I messed that up. Yellow is middle. Oh, my color system.
I see some green there, man.
All right. So anyway, let's. Yeah,
Strat sketch needs copy and paste.
seriously, dude.
I figured that'd be a feature.
Maybe try to just control C that shit, see what happens.
Nope, not happening.
Mm.
If you click again, doesn't it work that way?
No, because it
No,
goes back
okay.
to the default pointer. So
That's
anyway,
stupid. That's
so
CNAP being centered. That's what I mean.
Yep. So from this system, and granted, this is just very simplistic. The terrain gets gets different. If you're, let's go team one. I think you guys played it exactly the way you're supposed to. From the getting up here, getting the wide flanks, setting up here. Whenever you dig it back, that's how you kind of use those back garrisons, come up. We had enough, like there was enough just probes back here of theirs that I don't think you were warranted to ever come back to A. You were fine just B and C, really keeping that so we can just probe A with defense and backfill there. I think that worked out good. Stu, I love everything that you did down here on A at the beginning. I loved how you got down here on B. I just the critique is it just took too long for you to come out and get into C. You guys got held up there, which was still your priority. So if you were a different squad leader, it would have been like something crazy like this, and you would have gave up B. So
Wonder who that could be.
yeah, okay. So I'll give
Well,
you.
you're right. Next time, I'm just gonna go straight south to the fields, and then I'm gonna cut back up, and I'm gonna yell at everybody to get on my OP to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Sound
Well,
good?
and yes,
Break.
and yeah. So and my critique is, hey, to move your guy back up and around, not to go to the point, but to influence C, where I hope that's not being too critical or.
No, it's yeah. I mean, I think it's gonna get better. I think that the biggest thing for me is probably communicating with Team 2 and saying, hey, if you can hold down some firing lines south, we can push into where our C is, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
I know that Team 2 was, I mean, that was, so the top of H7 there is just a giant field until you get to that stone wall. And then I know that south of Team 2's A is a giant field as well. So it's rough. Like the only lane you really have in C for us is in G8 or G7, sorry, is that road right above the C.
Yep.
That's why I chose a 75.
So that's Stu. Cheese. I was gonna say, I know you got back and forth. We never really got deep on this. If you need to, and especially be kind of like that frontline commander, call out for armor, call out for artillery smoke. It's one thing we don't have yet is an artillery lead. Like I don't mind if you guys like to get this key position, you guys pull all three guns and saturate that for a temporary amount of time.
Yeah. So I can speak to the positioning too here. So in order to get to B, and I'm not gonna blame Stu at all because it's not him. So if I were to leave A and get to B before C is under control, they walk right in the front door.
Yeah, like it has to
So
be both of us, right?
And the beginning of the map, right? That little L just like 90 degrees right of Pierre's farm up on the like mid grid. I saw that the combined team 3, they were holding that L very well, but they were kind of jammed up against the side of the map. So what I ended up doing is just kind of taking Sin and putting Sin more of in the traditional A area, and then I kind of played the middle between team 3 and team 2A and just watched the front until they pushed up, and then I slid over. And then once they got into C, eventually that's when we kind of started taking that compound on the hill and trying to push in. But I think right about that time was when they started pushing Pierre, so we just kind of left. Yeah.
And the other point is, and you can assess it better, is call for Easton to come in. Easton instead of going like common theme of this debrief, right? Don't just go to the circle. Come back, work your way back in behind here. If we're able to get this point, this unlocks the entire path with these wheat fields. It's going to allow for this cheese maybe take 3 guys, come back in here and wind up breaking free Easton's team, or sorry, Stu's team. Assault, they were in, they're waiting for the cavalry to come in. We got it done. We got it to 90%, but I think just a few little tweaks, we could have had that point. With that said, they were very defensive orientated.
Yeah, they were. And I kind of leaned after the first push that like we almost had it and they came back. I kind of leaned pretty conservative on the B because I knew if we stayed in A while Stu was working trying to get into C, they were never going to actually get into the point.
Yep.
But if I were to leach out early, and I think at the time when I was contemplating it, I think Team 1 was over in just on the D side of that DC line box. So if I would have stepped in there, it would have kind of been wide open for Team 3. That C to my A would have been pretty.
And this is when you could call out on defense. Hey, I'm going to be moving over defense. Defense. You've got you could call it 7 o'clock in the circle. Because there was points where Dyslexic was like, hey, we got 0 chevrons. There was nothing in the active sector. The other area, and let's just talk about when to be conservative and when to be aggressive, because we got to be able to turn it on. If we have nothing, no launch garrisons here, no red zone garrisons, nothing that we can pull in to bring in, I would say go ahead and be conservative. Play the small game, play bush to bush, hedge to hedge. If we got people in the strong point, a launch garrison, fucking send it. That, and let me go say, and then you're assessing the other situation here. We got four or five garrisons around. It's not a cap race. We're nothing's like lighting up like a Christmas tree. Fucking send it.
Yeah, I think the situation there with the timings, like there was times that we started to go into B, but it was just kind of where the other two teams were oriented versus where we would have had to go to put cap weight on Hamlet. It was kind of like I didn't know if we could have enough time in the B area before they mounted like a pushback, so I kind of leaned on the safe side. But yeah, I could be more aggressive when I see those things.
Yeah.
In the A zone right there where the wheat field is, Broken House, they were actually trying to use that wheat field as an OP launch zone.
We were fighting in that thing the whole
even with
time.
us actively there, they were still using the wheat field pretty actively.
And I think too, if we go back
they
and
were
look
launching
at the
from this
footage,
area.
I actually think they were going through like the B, the red yellow B to the C, and going like in and then 90 degrees right. Because around that time, like we were kind of in A watching the Dragon's Teeth line, and I think at that time the Team 1 was kind of over in the D side, and it left a gap in C.
Well, so if you're assessing that, call out for Easton.
Yeah,
call out for that team to come
what
in.
what I ended up doing was sending Sin kind of more almost into the C, and then I'd take his position in the A, because I think by that time, Stu, they were like very solidly in the B area.
Sin had his OP in B for a minute, didn't he? Actually, or was it?
No,
C?
I did.
You did.
Well, at one point I took that airhead like where D is, and I dropped an OP, and then we engaged a Tiger, and then I was trying to push back and clear C so he could release.
Yeah, and I'm like I said, I'm good. If I get an airhead down over this situation, I'm good. And like even Easton, you're feeling comfortable over here. I'm good with you guys pulling up an OP and getting something around this area to squeeze in between the garrison and OP to free up that map control. I want 50, 100 meters at a time. We don't need to, get into the hamlet, because we saw it. We got to 90%, but they just got enough garrisons around and out that they were able to 2 minutes is a long time in a competitive match. So
I think looking back, I think I should have probably worked the yellow B a little bit more as far as that Gary and the keypad 9. I mean, we took it down once or twice, and then we just kind of, I don't know, we just kind of were more focused on other things and didn't get a chance to get back there. But
well, and I know playing when you got a wide frank, like when you're on the team that's on the wide, 7 guys stretched out this far is not too many.
Yeah.
It gets pretty thin. But think about it, like you guys got B, you got C, and I know the way is it there's one of these buildings here that's better. Anyway, you got C. This is, and you guys were heading down over to E. What would be E if I marked it? This is probably where you want to strike coming back, because all of a sudden you get this and you get all of NPA or Team 2's guys on there. Now we got 14 guys on that front. That's pretty good. So
And then
anyway,
you got
guys.
Stu linking in from D coming in the back. Yeah, it's GG.
Yeah, because once we get B, Stu cleans out anything of C here. Now, granted, Stu, you're right. They're gonna spawn HQ. They're gonna come up. They're gonna be coming back, and you're kind of gonna be playing this screen game on it. But this is just like how we did the HF key team match. I kept one OP.
Yeah, one forward, one back.
Yep, and this would be where you had oddballs OP back here, so that if you ever do need to go back, you tell the guys to go back and have Trump on B. But meanwhile, you're clearing E, you're hooking and jabbing, you're coming up here. Defense is calling out, hey, we're getting pushed from the south type deal, and I'll be in Discord, so I can say, hey, Easton, I need you back at southeast point. Got it. Send 2 or 3 guys back there. All right, guys.
Yeah, I just think like going forward too, especially the combined teams, just kind of be aware of where the other combined teams are when you look at the map and kind of overlay the boxes. So you kind of will know without asking if somebody's tied up and know when to help without crowding the command line.
Yep. And don't let this critical take take away. I mean, the lines, we kept the front lines. We had one fuck up there at the end with with not keeping 360 control in the last 15 minutes. We recovered well. We won the game. A lot of good things to take away from this. Smoke. Let's use smoke. I would go back through the Twitch, and I don't know. Is there anybody here that threw a smoke round?
I did not.
No.
I will admit I threw 0 smoke rounds.
Okay, Joe, see driving the thing.
I considered it at times, but I don't think I actually did it back at their artillery to try to distract them.
Dude, Chris, you better be in this all the matches going forward, buddy.
Chris needs to pop smoke and then send a grenade right in after it, just as a fuck you to the artillery.
Too bad, like, you can't have both as a spotter.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Well, potentially working with like the other spotter, maybe you could do that.
I think you and 3 now have a strategy.
Yeah, I mean the fact that we took you guys down. Most teams run all 4 on recon with the sniper. Kind of going back there, I feel like you two were 4 people back there. I mean, yeah, already chewed up defense at the beginning, took some time to get out there, but I mean, for the most part, there already was negligible compared to other competitive matches.
Yeah, I certainly got killed by it once or twice, but I never thought after the opener it was a problem.
It really helped how like me and 3 were almost always attacking from different directions. So like one of us was attacking and they'd focus on them, which would allow the other one of us to get in. And my recording is actually almost finished processing, so if any of you guys want to later watch that, you can and see kind of like what I was doing in the comms that I had with 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely think we did all we could, but Artie was definitely shredding us. I died over 25 times to it.
Yeah, I know they
Oddball and Kuvera and Red Clay and Heliquin were lucky that they weren't on the point, and T-Raw. I mean, Bowser, Joe, and myself probably died each 25 plus times at Artie.
Yeah, well, and that right there, like I feel you. It sucks, right? Dyslexic. But what you just said there's key. We didn't have high player density. Like they were.
Yeah,
they were
I mean, I was happy dying. It was one of those things where it's like I'm going to keep my body in the circle so I can maintain that. I'm going to die every time, but I'm here. I know they're going back there to stop them, and I'm fine.
And as a defense main, you don't have to be right in the circle. You just want to make sure that you're you're within close distance of the circle.
I like to try to keep myself just so I can know the cap weight if it flips. I don't like them thinking they get a chance because it goes to contested just because I happen to have 4 guys standing outside the circle. I want them to be demoralized the entire time and say, why this never even flipped to contested?
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, any final comments from anybody?
Can we try and seed our server after this?
It's 10:10. Yeah,
I mean, let's give it 15 minutes. If for anyone who's sticking around.
If we all jumped in, it might pop.
I'm good. I'm loading up the game. I've been new worlding way too much, so I need.
Yeah,
to
if it doesn't work, we can hop on another server for those who want to play. If not, just
I'm good. I'm good with it. Also, I would say if you haven't signed up, you got a message from me today. Matches on Saturday. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun one.
Is Gato going to be needed on artillery again?
Artillery can be. I don't know. We got Eggs coming in, but Eggs is actually going to be. He's joining the Marine Corps. I don't know. He's not in here, so this is last week before he ships out.
Oh, shit.
So reserves is not the real thing, but yeah.
Well, let us know if Gato's needed. I know last week it was a hard thing because we ended up running out of squads, so all 3 artillery crew joined into one squad.
Oh, yeah, I want to touch on that.
And they got bodied the entire time.
Not to jump into squad.
Is that going to be an issue going forward, I guess?
I mean, we punished him and he still did it.
Yeah, I punished him before. If we would ever get into a situation on our server where we need that armor squad or whatever, I would absolutely boot him mid match.
Yeah, just kick him.
Like without second thought, he'd be gone.
Yep, just kick him.
And he can figure it out in the meantime.
Yeah. All right, I'm in our server. Got 5 of us in here.
Yeah, I'll come in and help.
All right.
All right. Well, have a good night, everyone.
It's
Catch you later.
Carentan. I'm on the north side. Time to submarine the transport truck.